pan. If you remember talking about fracture pan, that's what a fracture pan is. It does not go this way. It goes this way. Yeah. This end goes toward the back. And then this is just a regular bed.
Be really careful taking that out. Gotta be really careful taking that one out.
Yes, you do. Because it will get messed up. Okay. Y'all probably gonna have to stand up because I'm gonna have to raise my bed up. I didn't put that on my page.
Put it online.
Yeah, I'll put it on the Facebook
This
page.
catheter has been used a lot, so when you practice, don't throw your stuff away. Simulate putting your lubricant on your tray until the day of checkoff. Because you were supposed to have one to practice with and one to check off with, and I'll check to make sure that y'all only got charged for one. If you got charged for two, they need to ship me 28 of these. Doctor's order, wash your hands, check your ID on your patient, explain the procedure to the patient. You want to try to keep your patient as unexposed as possible. You're going to have to expose their perineum because you're going to be putting a catheter in. What I normally do is I will put my covers like this, and then I will just go ahead and pull this out. There is a way you can take a sheet and you can have the point here and you can wrap their legs up and different things like that. It may do that on the video. We just don't normally do it, but watch the video. But just make sure that your patient is as covered as possible. So, I'm not going to do that yet. Couple places you can do your catheter, set up your sterile field, is you can use the overbed table. The easiest way is to set it right up on your bed. So let me raise my bed up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to just do one and then I'll do it step by step and explain it to you. Okay?
Now, on a normal person, we have them like bend their knees and spread.
We do. Yeah,
Okay.
we do. So you would tell them to do this.
Right.
To the degree that they're able to. So I've washed my hands. I'm going to open my sterile kit. I'm just going to do it, and then I will explain. I usually take this too. You want to have a trash can. I usually take this and make a little trash bag that goes down to the end of the bed.
Now, you always take two with you?
Yeah, I do.
And of course, you'll be observing us putting on the gloves again, or no?
Yes, because you can't contaminate. I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen. Yeah, you have to. This is a sterile technique, and this is one way that you can get checked off on a skill, and then we can check you off on setting up a sterile field. Ms. Jones, I'm going to get you to lift your hips up for me just a little bit. If she can lift up, you can just slide it right under there. If you have to, remember I'm sterile, so I can do this. The shiny side goes down because it has a water repellent side. If you need to put this underneath her, you can do it like this and cover your hands, and she can lift up and do it this way. but I'm just going to put that down right there. That's my regular drape. This is a fenestrated drape. I don't like to use these, but I will use it under this circumstance. I have a specimen bottle. I'm supposed to not be talking y'all through this now. Put that to the side. This is my saline. I'm going to open my lubricant. This would also have some sort of clean chlorhexidine or betadine that I would put on those cotton balls.
Do our kits have that?
Should.
They say?
They should. The next thing you want to do is check your catheter to make sure the balloon is working. This is where a lot of people contaminate. They'll pick it up by here, and then the catheter will just fall over. So just do it like this. Make sure you're controlling the catheter. You can check your balloon inside that little thing if you want to. If it's a 10 milliliter balloon, check it with 10 milliliters.
Okay.
And this should be a 10 milliliter balloon.
So the best way is to keep it in that blue thing.
I do, and because if you want to check it with 10 milliliters, because if you only check it with 5 and the balloon's defective, if you put 10 milliliters in it, you're going to get the Foley in, but the balloon's going to rupture and the catheter will slip out. So aspirate your saline back. You can leave that saline attached. Then slowly pull your little blue thing off, little blue shield. Lubricate the tip of your catheter, and then you can just leave that right there. As long as it doesn't touch anything, that my sterile field is right there. Now, if you're right-handed, it didn't contaminate. It almost did, but if you're right-handed, this is going to be your sterile hand. This is going to be your clean hand. It's going to be my dirty hand in a minute. So I've already told my patient what I'm going to do. The next thing is I need to clean her perineum. So I'm taking this hand, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to spread her labia to visualize her urethra. That hand is now contaminated and it can't touch anything else. Right. So I'm going to take my moistened cotton balls. I'm going to go front to back this way, go around my sterile field, and drop it there. If I drop that on my sterile field, I've contaminated because that's touched her perineum. And here, front to back, other side, go around my sterile field and drop it. Take this, front to back, right down the middle, go around my sterile field and drop it. And I'm going to drop those.
So we don't have betadine swipes. We have tweezers.
You
and
may
cotton
have
balls.
the swabs. I think you do. And you can just pretend to open them until check-off day if you want.
Okay.
Or you can open them and let them dry out. Now, everything's clean, so I'm ready to insert my catheter. I'm going to get a little bit more lubricant on it. Move this just a little bit further up because I don't want too much pressure. I'm going to find the urethra. Insert that catheter into the urethra. And these fingers on my sterile hand cannot touch her perineum or the labia. You have to insert it this way. I have urine. I'm going to take these two fingers here. Now the catheter is inserted as far as I need for it to go. So now I can take these two fingers of my left hand and touch that catheter because this part that I need to be sterile is inside of my patient. If I let go of that catheter, it's going to slip back out. And if that happens, you need to start all over again. Okay. So now, this is supposed to be still on here. But if that happens, I can hold this because I don't need that to be sterile anymore. And then I'm going to Inflate my balloon. Hold pressure on the plunger. Get rid of that. Then you want to take the catheter and just pull back on it slightly until you feel that balloon not come anymore. Just tug on it ever so slightly. Take your catheter. I don't have to be sterile anymore, I'm done. Take your catheter. The catheter goes over the patient's leg. This goes on a part of the bed below the waist. This is a perfect place for it right there. And then you take either tape or some sort of little device and you attach it to the inside of the patient's thigh so it won't pull. Because if it pulls, it's going to make them sore. So then I'm done. I will take all this stuff, ball it up, throw it in the trash can. And that's the catheter. Okay.
What about taking it out?
Taking it out, you need to clean for a 10 milliliter syringe. All you do is just tell the patient you're going to take the catheter out. You insert it here, pull back all the saline, and I'm not getting any more, but what I normally do is I'll take this and I'll squirt it out somewhere. I take it and I try one more time because in home health people used to overfill these things. So you want to make sure all the saline is out. And you can tell that the saline's out when this little thing collapses. You see how it collapsed? Mm-hmm. Then I know all the saline's out. So, okay, take a deep breath. When I count to 3, blow it out. 1, 2, 3. And that's all you have to do. Okay. I usually take, if it were like this, I take this and turn that glove over it. Then you would empty your bag and just throw it in the trash.
When you take it out, you just have regular gloves on, right?
Yeah, just regular gloves.
So, do you, because we do ours, we make them get up and go to the bathroom when we take it out on the toilet. Do you do it in the bed?
Mm-hmm. You just do it in the bed in acute care.
Okay.
Either way's okay. And just make sure you have your bed padded when you take it out. I mean, that's probably a good idea, especially for postpartum, but sometimes when you take it out, a little bit of urine will leak, so make sure you have something to contain the urine. And be sure and tell your patient that the first time that you go to the bathroom, it may sting or burn because the catheter's been in there. And then you want to measure the first time they go to the bathroom to make sure that they urinate enough. Any questions?
Would we be doing perineal care right before?
It was not a bad idea to do that. Or you could do perineal care afterward for sure. Oh, you mean before the insertion?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, do that. And then still use your antiseptic stuff.
Before I check off, we don't have to get the perineal.